The divorce papers are dry, the legal battle is over, you're free. But at night, in the too silent room, a familiar text message pops up. Or maybe you did it, and then there you are again in those familiar arms. The body has a memory more persistent than the heart. Everything is frighteningly familiar, their scent, their touch, their breathing. It's like an instant painkiller for the loneliness that's eating away at you. But when it's all over, when they put on their coats and leave, or when you're the one who sneaks out, you don't feel healed. You feel even emptier than before. You wonder, what the hell am I doing with my life? Here's your reality. You've just undergone an amputation. Divorce is a loss, a death. You're in the throes of that loss. You're lonely. You're scared of the future. You miss, not them exactly, but the feeling of being needed, of being touched, of being familiar. And your ex, they're the easiest shortcut. They're a routine. No need to impress, no need to make small talk, no need to risk rejection by someone new. You tell yourself it's just sex. We're both adults, as long as it gets me through this. You're signing a contract with yourself, written in invisible ink, that this is just a temporary solution. But this is the core conflict, the trap you're falling into. You're using the same poison that killed your marriage to try to heal the wound it caused. The real battle is happening inside you. On one side is your biological need for intimacy, your physical hunger, your addiction to familiarity. On the other side is your spiritual need for release, your desire to start over, to be at peace, to be respected for who you are. Sex with an ex isn't physical. It's emotional in disguise. It's hope in disguise. It's clinging in disguise. Every time you do it, you're sending mixed messages to your brain. You're saying, I want to get over him, but your actions scream, I can't live without him. You are keeping the door of hope ajar, and that very crack is preventing the light of a real future from coming in. You cannot heal a wound if you keep meeting the same knife that stabbed you. You think this is a harmless solution? You are wrong. Here are 3 hidden sabotages that happen every day you continue in this relationship. 1. The erosion of self-respect. The next morning, when you look in the mirror, you no longer see a strong person starting over. You see a person who is sneaking, a person who is condescending, a person who is accepting the leftovers of a dead relationship. You know you deserve better, but you choose the easy way. Each time, your self-esteem is worn away a thin layer, until one day you look in and see nothing to respect anymore. 2. The prison of comparison. Worse yet, this ambiguous relationship prevents you 100% from finding new happiness. How can you open yourself up to someone new, someone who might actually be good for you when you're still busy with your ex? And if you do try to date, you'll unconsciously compare. The new person won't be as familiar as the old person. You're putting yourself in a race you're destined to lose. You're holding a place in your life for someone who no longer belongs there. 3. The inevitable explosion. This sex-only relationship has an expiration date. It will end, and it will end badly, worse than a divorce. It will end when one of you, A, gets a new person and the other feels betrayed a second time. B starts demanding more. Can we get back together? C feels used and explodes in anger. You think divorce is rock bottom? No. The bottom is when you realize you just wasted 6 months, 1 year of healing in exchange for a few hours of familiarity, and now you're more broken than when you started. And then the climax comes. It's not a bang. It's a cold truth. It's a Saturday night, you text, and they say, not tonight, I'm busy. Or worse, they say, I don't think we should do this anymore. I just met someone. Boom. What does that feel like? It's not, oh, it's just sex anyway. No, it's the feeling of being thrown away, being replaced. You realize all this time you've been fooling yourself into thinking you were in control. But the truth is, you were the weaker one. You were the one who needed them more. And the moment they don't need you anymore, you crumble. You realize you didn't just get divorced once, you got divorced a second time. And this time, you willingly put yourself in a position to be hurt. You realize that you are just a convenience option, not a priority, and that pain is even more real than a divorce. You have to accept the obvious fact that when you are divorced and still have sex, It proves that both of you have very high physiological needs, but when you have taken the initiative and the other person refuses, maybe once or many times, then you have fallen out of favor. You have a choice: continue to sink into this self-destructive spiral or cut it off completely. The solution isn't cutting back, the solution isn't setting rules, because sex never follows rules, especially with an ex. The solution is a detox. It starts with admitting, I'm addicted to this familiarity and it's killing me. It continues with action. Block numbers. Block social media. Remove all avenues of communication. This isn't childish. This is about protecting your healing scene. You can't rebuild if your ex has a key to the front door and it ends with facing the pain. You'll be lonely, you'll struggle, you'll want to text them. And that's the time you have to find something else. Call a friend, go to the gym, write a diary, go to therapy. You have to learn to sit with your pain instead of sleeping with it. I can tell you the simplest solution: find your best friend, but it has to be of the same sex, confide in them, and when an outsider looks at the story, they will have a more objective view than you. But you have to commit that once you tell the story to them, their words are like the medicine the doctor prescribed. Here is a 15-year lesson I want to give you. Never confuse familiarity with healing. Don't let your physical desires overshadow all your self-respect. Just because something is familiar doesn't mean it's good. Just because a body fits doesn't mean a soul fits. True healing begins the moment you choose the discomfort of starting over instead of the false comfort of going back. Your self-respect is built not by what you get, but by what you dare to give up. Choose self-respect. Always choose self-respect. You can lock yourself at home all day watching movies for 10, 20 hours, or you can invite friends to go to a coffee shop to chat. When you grow up, open your heart, start a conversation with new friends. You can date a successful and handsome guy, but whatever you do, don't think about having sex with your ex. If you're reading this and your heart is pounding because it sounds so much like your story, I want you to know you're not alone. But it's time to choose. You can't swim to a new island if you're still clinging to the same shore. What will you choose today? The temporary comfort of going back, or the uncomfortable but liberating freedom of cutting? If you choose cutting, if you choose to start your detox today, comment Day 1 below. This is your commitment to yourself. Scroll down, choose the comment section, tell your story. We don't know who you are, but everyone will be like experts to give you sound advice. And if you want to know exactly what to do in the first 30 days of detox, subscribe to this channel. We always update stories, good solutions about divorce, but you must promise me one thing firmly, that not forgetting your ex is not bad, but having sex with your ex and losing your self-respect is bad. You have closed the door to your future and it is almost impossible to start a new relationship. Give it up.